Hey, Germany, USA, Slovenia. Awesome. Very cool to see everyone. So I think we're gonna get started. Let me just turn on my camera. Awesome. So you guys can see me. And today, what we're going to do is we're going to take a walkthrough of Unlimited Elements plugin. I know some of you guys are familiar with it, with some parts of it. And I'm going to hopefully introduce you to some of the hidden features that you haven't taken advantage of yet, and maybe sharpen up small points. If you have any questions during this webinar, you can always ask them in the chat, and my partner, Max, who came up with the idea of Unlimited Elements with me together a couple of years ago, will answer you. So the things we're going to go over today are the widget library, template kits, background widget, multi-source galleries, which is a super powerful feature that we've added lately, the Widget Creator framework, which all the widgets are built on and you can build your own custom widgets with. We'll also maybe do a quick demo of how to create a widget using the Widget Creator, and remote control widgets, advanced post selection, and filters, which is also a very new feature that we've added lately, and it's very powerful. I'll also explain how it works and what it works with when we get to it. So without no more further ado, let's jump in and get started. The webinar is supposed to be something like 1 hour, hopefully, and I'll give some time for questions at the end. So first thing that you need to know about Unlimited Elements, it's a free plugin that anyone can download from the WP directory. And what not many people know is that it's a cloud-based widget library. What that means is that nothing is going to be loaded into Elementor or into the WordPress backend unless you decide that you want to use it. And the way this works is over here, you can see a little cloud icon over all of the categories. So it's separated into categories. You click on whatever category you want. Then you can see all the different widgets that are assigned to that category. If you want to see a demo of a certain widget, then you just click preview. That will open the demo on our website, which is also really important because you need to get some references. You can access the documentation from here. You can do all sorts of stuff. Soon, we'll be adding a copy button. So if you'd like to copy this design, you're going to be able to copy it directly from our demo to your website. This is coming out really soon. It's going to be something between 2 and 4 weeks. Hopefully, we're going to release that feature. So also in this webinar, I'm going to give you some insights about all sorts of hidden features and stuff like that that we're coming out with soon. So there's going to be a copy button from the demos on our website. So once you decided and you like that, you can close the demo. And over here, you hover over the widget and just click install. And I want you guys to see how fast that was. So that just like took literally 1 second. So it's very lightweight and optimized for speed. Each widget is optimized. So it's not going to be loading all sorts of JavaScript you don't need or stuff like that. It's loading assets on demand to the editor and to the page. So if a widget is not installed, it's not and on the page, it's not loading anything to your website. And that's very important to understand. Now, the reason we decided to work with a cloud-based library is because we want to make it easy to add widgets without updating the plugin. And that's one of the most important things about Unlimited Elements. So I'm just going to show you a small example. Right now on my website, I'm going to add a pricing plans widget. Now, if you'll notice, our vision is to try to make the unique stuff. not the stuff that everyone is making. And if you're using add-on libraries out there, they're all copying one another. So for example, this pricing plans widget, you can find pricing tables, but this one you cannot find in any other widget library. So I'm just going to click on that install. I'm going to jump into the editor. I'm going to refresh the editor because if I don't refresh the editor, the widget won't show up in the widgets pane. And now I can search for the widget. So I'm going to click pricing plans, drag that inside, and I want you guys to see what a unique layout and what a unique widget we have over here, instead of showing the regular pricing table, which everyone is doing. So our vision is to create unique tools that will supercharge your website, also in the creative and also in the marketing. So this is doing both of them, creative and marketing together. And I'm not going to go into this too much, but another couple of unique things that you should be looking for in our widgets is the connect widget settings. Now, some of our widgets have the ability to connect to other widgets or to sync to other widgets. So this is something you're going to want to be looking for if you're trying to create advanced and flexible layouts. And I'm going to demonstrate that later on. And another cool thing that not many know is over here, every widget has this, every unlimited elements widget has this, is the advanced part. And you can click over here, edit widget HTML, and you're going to be exposed to the HTML, to the CSS, to the JavaScript that made that widget. Now, even if you don't know coding, sometimes you can customize this because it's making logic. I mean, the names here, for example, you can see over here, icon. So if you want to take that off, you can just delete that and click update. And another way you can use this is by hiring freelancers. If you don't know code, you can always hire a freelance. Like, for example, I don't know, some widget doesn't have a badge or something like that, and you want to add it, you can hire a freelance and he can do it simply without knowing JavaScript and without knowing PHP, which you would usually need to know to create widgets or to edit widgets. So that's a tough task. We made it a lot more simple. So that's the Widget Creator framework, and you can access it from the editor itself in every single widget, edit widget HTML, and you can add settings even. I mean, if you want to add like another setting over here, you can also do that from the Widget Creator framework. So that's about our widget library. It's also important to know that you can import and export widgets from one website to another. To export a widget, you just right click and then click over here, export. It will download it as a zip file that you can later on upload to a different website by clicking import widgets. Now, when are you going to want to do that? Only if you customize the widget or created a new widget on your own, which I will also show later on. Another couple of tools over here that are useful is show only installed. If you don't want to see the cloud library and you want to see only what's installed on your website, just click over here, show only installed, and now I can see only the widgets that are installed on the website already. I want to see the cloud again. I can just click back on that and I'll see the cloud. Over here we have a search. So if I'm looking for something specific, I can search for it. It's important to notice that it filters out the widgets in each category. So you're going to need to navigate between the categories to see the widgets that suit that specific query. And I think that's about it in the widget library. Let's just jump over here to see that we didn't forget anything. You can also create your own categories. So if you want to create a category to organize stuff a little bit different, you can click over here, create a category, and you can just drag and drop widgets between categories, which is pretty awesome. So that's about the widget library. And we're adding widgets all the time. If you have an idea for something you're missing or something that you would like to see in future versions, you can drop that in the chat and we'll see if we can add it. And if you want to share the widgets that you've created and you want us to upload them to the widget library, that's also a possibility. Of course, they need to be in high standards and high quality. The next thing that I'm going to go over is the templates, the one-click install of templates. Now, let's do a quick demo of this. So over here, under templates, we were in widgets up to now. I'm going to move into templates. We have some nice template kits. Now, each template kit is made up of a couple of pages, so it's not just one page. So for example, if I'm going to go into this beauty template kit, that's made of 4 different pages: a home, an about, a services, and a beauty page. So I'm just going to click on one of these. You can scroll down to see the design if you like it. You can navigate between the different pages in that template kit. And if you want, you can also install or import that template. Now, 2 more interesting categories. And again, as I said before, we're trying to make things a little bit different, a little bit more unique. And I didn't see this yet anywhere else. We have digital business cards, which are really trendy right now. It's an awesome upsell you can offer your clients. You can also give it as a gift. You can also make yourself a digital business card. And we have CV resumes. A lot of web designers like to have online CV resumes. You know, the old PDFs are getting outdated now. So you can just have a really nice design page. And we put a lot of hard work into these templates. Another thing that's unique about the templates is that they're using unlimited elements widgets. So once you install a template that has a certain widget, for example, this one that has the blob widget, it's going to install the widget as it imports the template. Let's see that. So I'm just going to click over here. And to import it, I'm just going to click import template. Now it's downloading all the assets, all the widgets, the design, the style, the colors, everything into our website. And later on, you're going to be able to find that over here under templates, which is really, really awesome. Now, you can give each template a name, and you can directly access the editing of that template from this page. Or you can jump into templates, and you'll be able to see that over there. Awesome. So let's go over the next part, which is called background widgets. Again, something that's very unique to unlimited elements. And I don't have time to show you all the backgrounds, but I'm going to show you some cool backgrounds and how you can use this to take advantage of your web design. And also, I'll show you something top secret that I'm working on, and it's going to come out in about 2 weeks as well. So as you can see, we're working all the time on improving and getting more stuff out there. So let's move into background widgets this time. And over here, you can see the background widgets catalog. And again, if you want, you can see a preview of the background widget, and you can install a background widget. So just for example, let's install this one. Look how quick that is. That's practically amazing. Particles. And as in everything inside of Unlimited Elements, some of these widgets are free and some of them are pro. So we're always trying to at least make 50% free. Also with the template kits, also with the widgets, also with the background widgets. So I've installed a couple of these. Let's see if I need something more. No, I think we're good to go. Let's jump over here. Again, I'm going to save the page and refresh just so we're loading those background widgets. Those background widgets are built exactly the same way. So you can edit the HTML, you can create your own background widget, you can give a developer to create a background widget. And if you're looking for a developer and you don't know where to find a developer that's familiar with unlimited elements, you can also ask us. We're happy to refer. We also work with freelancers sometimes that are helping us create widgets. So if you're looking for someone specific that's his specialty, creating widgets with unlimited elements, we're happy to refer people from the community. So I'm going to create a hero section by adding a heading, adding some text, and adding a button, which is a pretty standard kind of hero section. So let's add a regular Elementor background. I'm going to choose an image, and let's take this one, for example. Insert that over here. I'm going to change the size to cover, and I'm going to change the height to fit to screen, just so we can see that nice section over here. Let's change the font to white so we can see it. And I think that's looking pretty good for start. Maybe add another column so it will push everything. And by the way, what I'm going to show right now is already container friendly, meaning it already supports the new container element or widget from Elementor. So it's not only working with sections, it's also working with containers. So let's click on the section. And under style, we have another section under background overlay that's called unlimited background. And over here, we have all the different backgrounds that we've installed earlier. So for example, if we want to add snow to Tokyo, we have snow falling down on the streets of Tokyo. Or if we want some bubbles, like if we have like a sea sort of scene, we can add sort of a bubbles effect. And each widget over here has different settings. Some of them have more settings, some of them have less settings. A really popular one is the background slider because it connects, like I showed before, it can connect to different widgets. We have a lot of examples. You can also view that demo on our website, which our designer created. Her name is Ira, and I want to shout out and say thank you to her because she's doing an amazing job. And let's check out the top secret widget. So I'm going to click over here, masks and patterns, and you guys are going to flip out from this. So let's click apply mask. Let's change the mask to white. I'm going to change my text to be black and the text color to black. Let's go back to the settings, unlimited background. Now this one is top secret, guys. We haven't released it yet. It's going to be released in 2 weeks. So I'm showing you something that we're working on. And I'm going to change this to organic. Now look how nice that is. I mean, that masks the background in a way that's really, really interesting. And you can play around with all the different types of masks. I mean, I've added tons of masks over here. So you guys can play with that. Now we can push the text a little bit to here. And look what an awesome section or hero section or services section on our website that could be. So let's see, just one more, for example. Actually, I don't remember all these by heart yet because it's really new, but look how cool that is. I mean, that's awesome. And it has another part which applies a pattern. So you can apply a mask and also a pattern. So I'm not going to show that quite yet because we didn't finish QA on that, but it's really awesome. Coming out in 2 weeks, heads up for that. You're going to get an email about it in our newsletter. So those are the backgrounds. Awesome stuff going on here. And you can also create your own backgrounds or import backgrounds, export backgrounds. It's all the same stuff like the regular widgets. Next topic, remote controls. Now, for remote controls, we have 5 or 6 widgets: remote arrows, remote bullets, remote tabs, remote counter, remote item navigation, and play and pause buttons. These currently work the best with sliders or carousels from our catalog. And I'm going to show a quick demo of how fast you can set this up. So let's jump into the widgets, and I'm going to install a carousel and 2 remote control widgets and show you how these can work together. So let's go over here into content widgets, and the widget that I'm going to install is the content carousel. And let's jump into remote controls, and the widgets I'm going to install are the arrows and the counter. Let's jump back to the editor. I'm going to delete this section because we don't need that anymore. Save the page, refresh for the widgets to load into my widgets pane. And now I'm going to create an awesome layout. So first of all, let's split our layout to 1/3 and 2/3. Let's make the content width full width. Let's add a heading, a text editor, and let's make our section fit the screen. So up to now, that was the regular Elementor stuff. Let's add some padding over here so the text isn't so close to the edges. And let's take off the padding on the right section. Okay, so let's add our carousel. I'm going to search for the word carousel over here. And we need the content carousel. Going to drag that inside. So without doing anything, it's already looking awesome. You can change the layout over here. You can add autoplay. You can do a lot of stuff. Number of items, for example. One cool feature that we've just added is the offset. So a lot of people are asking in the Facebook groups, how can I offset this carousel just on one side or something like that? So let's just do a quick demo of that as well, because it's really cool. So I'm going to change the offset type to right. I'm going to tell it how much I want to offset. And you can see that we've created a really nifty, cool offset over here. So that's just hinting for the users that there's a little bit more and you guys can scroll. Now, under layout, this is also something that you're going to see in a lot of our widgets. We've separated the settings and layout because we want every part to be easily turned on or off in the widget, even if it's not stuff like arrows, but also the title. So if you want to take off the title for all of these, you just click over here and it takes off the title for all of them. So let's turn that back on and let's turn off these arrows and add remote control arrows. Now, before adding remote control arrows, as I said before, with the pricing plans widget, you're going to need to enable remote control. And that's done over here. And you can see this section in a lot of our widgets, and those that we haven't added it yet, it's going to be added in the future. And you can, by the way, we're trying to meet user expectations and demands on the fly. I mean, sometimes if you ask something, you can, like, in a couple of minutes or a couple of hours, you're going to get that. Now, it's not always. I can't promise anything, and it's not always in our scope. But if it's something possible and we can do it, we're trying to go by user demand. And I think that's a big reason for our awesome growth. I don't know if you guys know, but we're at 150K active users in the WordPress directory. This year, we're going to reach 200,000 websites using unlimited elements. Now, that's awesome. So I'm going to enable remote control, and I'll also enable sync, even though I'm not going to show that today, but just so you see how that looks like, if you want to sync it to another carousel, to another slider, you could do that. And let's add our remote controls. So what are remote controls and why do we have remote controls? I mean, people are used to remote controls with their toys with their TV. So we took that concept and brought it to the widgets. And the reason we did that, because as I said before, we're always trying to listen to what users want. And users were asking us, how can I place my arrows on top of my carousel, on the side of the carousel, inside the carousel, but the arrows need to be one under the other. And it was kind of hard making all the settings for this. So we decided to separate it to a separate widget that can connect and has all the design options. And when I say all, it has everything. So I'm going to search for arrows, remote control arrows. I'm going to drag that inside. And as long as I enabled remote control and both these widgets are in the same section, this is already connected. And that's where the magic happens. And over here, you're going to be able to create all sorts of layouts. You can leave only the next button. You can turn off buttons. You can separate between remote controls. So have one button over here and the other one in a different place. And really, it has all the design. You can design these arrows however you want. And let's add another one just so you can see how fast this is going to happen. Remote counter. And I'm going to justify it to the start. Let's go into style and just make the current number. I love when the current number is bigger. And that's connected as well. So this is looking awesome. Very cool. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. So that's an awesome example. Actually, I want to show you the demo for the remote tab. So let's just click preview over here and I'll open it in the website. And again, all of these kind of demos are going to be available once we add the copy paste button. So you're going to be able to just like click copy and paste. And what we try to do, because the way our widgets work are always in combinations, we always try to write down here which widgets are used in the demo. And we're adding this to wherever it's missing on the website right now. So look what cool stuff you can make. I mean, this stuff is awesome. This one is changing the background. So that's the background widget I was talking. It's called background slider. It can be images as well. I think I have, here's an example with changing images. So that's awesome. And I have a lot of step-by-step tutorials on our YouTube channel that teach you how you can do this step by step. Look at this. This is a flipbox carousel. So you can flip the items over here. And tabs and remote item navigation and remote arrows connected to a background slider. Let's jump into the next section of our webinar. And now I'm going to talk to you guys about multi-source galleries. Now we have about 7 or 8 of these right now. And again, we're open to changes. I mean, we're thinking about merging them all into 1 or 2 galleries, but right now it's separated into different galleries. And what's special about these galleries is that any of them support image galleries, video and image. You can even connect Instagram into them and show your Instagram pictures into any of these galleries. You can show WordPress posts. You can show WooCommerce products. And you can load gallery images from a meta field. So this is pretty advanced stuff. Let's see it. So first of all, I'm going into the catalog. This is going to be under media widgets. So I'm going to navigate over here and you can hover over the gallery. So for example, grid gallery or tile gallery, whatever. And I'm going to show you this on the justified image gallery. So let's go back to the demo, erase, Click update and refresh. And I will show you how to use the multi-source gallery. So let's look for justified over here. Justified gallery. And there it is. So awesome. Without doing anything, that's looking awesome. You can add images over here if you want to. So just click on that, add to gallery, and you can add some images. Let's just add these, insert to the gallery, and voila. So that's pretty awesome. And this is the regular gallery field that you are familiar with. It also supports ACF gallery field or WooCommerce product gallery. So you can load those images if you're using it on a specific post inside of a single post template. You could use it to showcase your product gallery as well, which is pretty awesome because we have all types of layouts. So use what's best for you. And what I'm going to show actually is I'm going to change the type to image and video items. Now, this is a request that you can see all the time. People are asking, how can I showcase images and video together? I don't want just a video gallery or just an image gallery. I want it to be mixed. So now, instead of the regular gallery field, you can go over here into gallery items and click on an item, and each item can be a YouTube video, a Vimeo video, a Wistia video, or an HTML5 hosted video. So just change this to YouTube, for example, paste your URL over here, and that's it. It's going to turn in, you see a play button? If I'll paste a URL over here, it's going to show that video, which is super, super awesome. So you can even mix YouTube with Vimeo, which is pretty awesome. The next type of gallery is an Instagram gallery. So just hook up your Instagram account. Now you're going to need to do that over here in the settings. So we have settings over here, unlimited elements, general settings, and Instagram. My token is connected. If you're not connected, you're going to see a button over here. Click to connect, go back, refresh, and that's it, you're done. You can see the big image, you can link to the image, and this is super powerful. I mean, a lot of people have been asking for this, so now you have a good solution. We're working with the official Instagram API, so it's solid. I mean, I've seen a lot of people trying to hack the API and not use the official one and stuff like that, and then problems can occur. But we're using the official Instagram API, so just hook that up. We're refreshing the token every 60 days or something like that before it expires. So this is a really solid solution for Instagram galleries. Of course, we also have the Instagram widget, but you can load Instagram images into any of our galleries. The next thing I'm going to show is posts, which is super powerful. Now, the reason why I'm saying it's super powerful is because we're using our advanced post selection, which I talked about earlier. And we have an option to use filters. So everything inside of Unlimited Elements that is using posts or products or any other custom post type has advanced post selection and the ability to add filters. So any of our post widgets, which I didn't go too much into today, can have a tabs filter, pagination, infinite scroll, and load more button, and more is coming soon. So these are actually posts inside of my WordPress website. If I want to query my post to show a different post from different category or a custom post type or something like that, I can just go over here, gallery post query. I can change the post type. I can change the post source. And this is all the stuff that we have inside of advanced post selection, which is really important. So, for example, if I'd want to show a different category over here, for example, cars, I just select cars over here, and now I can see cars instead of whatever post. Right now, it's just showing the latest 10 posts. If you want to show more posts, you can change the maximum posts over here, and you can also connect a load more or infinite scroll button. And you can add filters. So let's actually show both of these features. I'm just going to make sure those widgets are installed. So I'm going into my widgets library, and I'm going into post widgets. And what I want it to use and what we call filters is the post pagination, the tabs filter, and the load more infinite scroll, which are all installed. So I don't need to install them, and I do not need to refresh the page. Now for these to work, and again, this is something you're going to want to be looking for in all our post widgets, in all our gallery widgets, at least the ones that I've stated inside of the slideshow, is this part, the filtering part. So if we want to enable filtering, I'm just going to enable filtering and the Ajax behavior. Ajax means it's not going to refresh the page, but it's going to load on the page. And let's add a load more button. So I'm going to add a load more button over here. And that's it. I've enabled it. I've dragged it onto my layout. I'm going to click update, and I'm going to preview the page. Now, each time you do something like this, you're going to need to preview the page. I mean, the load more is not going to work inside of the editor. You need to preview the live page. So let's click load more, and now it's loading more posts. Look how awesome that is. I mean, easy and awesome. And this is going to work with any post widget. Let's add filters. So I'm going to click over here, tabs filter, drop that on top. Now this is a super advanced widget. It has super advanced options. And what I'm going to show over here is how I'm going to select the categories over here on top. So I'm going to go to include by specific terms, and I'm going to select over here. Let's type in cocktails and click over here. And now you can see it's showing only cocktails over here. So it's showing just specific terms. Let's add also desserts. So we have all, desserts, and cocktails. Let's click update. And again, this is going to work only inside of the front end. So let's click desserts to filter that, cocktails to filter that, and back to all. So these also can work together. I mean, it's working together. Filters and load more. So that's pretty awesome, pretty advanced. This works also with carousels, with sliders, with tabs, everything. I mean, any post with timelines, really cool stuff you can find inside of the widget library and ways to use this. And the next, let's see what else we have over here just before I go into the next topic. Go back to the sources. So the next source is for products. And again, it has the advanced product selection. Now you can see it's showing products instead of posts. And if you're an advanced user and you want to take the images from a meta field, that's also a possibility. If you're missing any design setting or something like that, contact us. We'll try to add it as fast as possible. So that's the multi-source galleries. And again, the galleries that support this are tile gallery, justified gallery, compact gallery, slider gallery, grid, thumbs, and carousel. And all of these support filters. Not all of them support the load more yet. And they also support remote controls. So if it's a gallery that has arrows or bullets or something like that, you can connect remote controls like I showed earlier and sync them together with something else, which is pretty advanced and cool, awesome stuff. So we've started showing off the advanced post selection. And I just want to go into that a little bit more because it's something really important. I mean, it was really, I think, first of all, advanced post selection is something that we're working on all the time. Each time someone comes up with a specific request over here, Max, my partner, the lead programmer, is going to add it. I mean, we took this as a life mission. I mean, we're taking this seriously, and I'm going to show you what that means on our website. If you go to our website, you're going to be able to see all the options we have over here, and that's a ton of options. I mean, inside of each of these are all the different sections that you can find in the settings. And if you want to learn about one of these, for example, if I'll go to include by, and I want to understand how it works or what it has, you can just click over here, learn more. That will open up the documentation on our website, and you will see a specific screenshot of that and the features that this includes. So for example, if you're going to go include by author, you're going to have a new section over here. And now you can select the specific authors that you want that post grid, that gallery to show. I mean, not always, if you're showing posts, you're going to want it to show the posts of all the authors. Maybe you have some authors you want to exclude or include. So all the different options are written over here. And as you can see, there's a lot of options, and we're adding more and more options as time goes by. And we have specific stuff that's related just for WooCommerce. So this is the advanced post selection. We have also advanced product selection for showing off products and best-selling products, most viewed products, a bunch of stuff. And another unique, very cool feature over here is the avoid duplicates. That lets you make like advanced news websites. For example, like if you want to show a list in a grid with the same query, but you don't want the same post to show, you select avoid duplicates on both of those. And there's a really awesome documentation about this. I really think you should go see that if you're using posts and stuff like that. And you have the ability to create really unique post layouts with this. So because you can mix and match, you can put all sorts of post widgets on the page without them showing the same post, which of course you don't want to do. So that's something really, really important. And as you can see, we haven't excluded anything. I mean, everything you need, all the order buys you need. And if you need something specific, again, we're open to hearing that and to adding it as well. Next part is about filters. So actually, I've shown the filters with the gallery, but I'll show you what other widgets that can work with. So over here, I'm just going to install the post grid. That's one of our most popular widgets. Let's go over here in the demo. I'm going to refresh the demo. And just so you can see, guys, let's connect it to the pagination this time. I mean, Ajax pagination, that's something awesome. So I'm going to go to post grid, drag my grid inside over here. That's my grid. Going to advanced post selection. And instead of showing 10 items, I'm just going to show 3 items. And let's make a cool layout. So let's choose over here alternating. And I'm going to change the number of items to 1. So now we have like an alternating kind of grid, which is cool. That's pretty cool, right? Let's change the gap to 0. And let's push up the height for the image. I'm just going to push that up. Okay, we got a cool sort of blog. You can put this in an archive template and it's going to show your blog. All you need to do is go over here, and instead of showing custom posts, you're going to show the current query post. So you can put this in an archive template if you want an alternating kind of layout. Really cool stuff. And over here in post pagination and filtering, I'm going to say use pagination widget, and I'm going to enable Ajax like I did earlier. So let's add our pagination widget. Just drag that inside. And this is going to, again, the reason why we split this is because we want it to work with all the different widgets, and we want it to be highly customizable. So, I mean, if you go in here into style, you can change practically everything that you would want to change. So I'm just going to click update, preview the page. And now my pagination is set up without needing to load a new page. I can paginate. And as you can see, this is smart. I mean, each time I move to a different page, it's scrolling up again and moving to the top, which is obviously what the user would want to do because it's not refreshing the page. This is an important feature. So it's also important for us to include all that small little stuff, micro animations and loaders and stuff like that to make a nice user experience. And I think the last topic that we're going to talk about today is the widget creator. And I'm going to show this really quick, just so you get the hang of what you can do with this. So I found an awesome button on CodePen, which I want to create into a widget, an editable widget that I can give users a way to add. And I don't want the users to see any code or something like that. So first of all, always it's recommended to fork the CodePen, or I don't know, it doesn't have to be a CodePen. So it could be code that's on your computer or something like that. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to delete all the unnecessary HTML. Now, of course, I know what's unnecessary just because I know HTML. So if you don't know HTML, again, you're going to need to hire a developer. So now we have only our button left without any stuff that we don't need. I'm going to also take the stuff that we don't need from my HTML. And actually, this isn't rehearsed. I mean, I didn't practice this, so I hope everything is going to work as expected. And let's add this to, let's say, the buttons widgets. Search for buttons. Awesome. And I'm going to click add widget. We need to give that a name. So let's call it as it's called over here. I mean, somebody already named that. Click tab to fill in the widget name, add widgets. Double click over here. And I'm going to paste in the HTML and the CSS. So first of all, let's copy the HTML and paste that inside over here. And let's do the same with the CSS. So I'm going to copy the CSS, paste it, click update to save. And now we can jump into the editor. Let's delete what we don't need over here. Click update to save, refresh the page. And now you can find that widget in the widgets pane. So I'm going to search over here for gradient. Here it is. Let's drag that inside. And there's our awesome looking gradient border button with gradient text. I mean, by the way, this might look simple to you guys, but it's not that easy to make if you, I mean, I don't think I even know how to make it. So this is pretty awesome. And what I want to show you guys is how I'm going to create settings. Right now, you can see no settings for this widget. I'm going to go into advanced, edit widget HTML. And really quickly, just to wrap this up and to show you guys, I'm just going to add like, I think 4 different settings or 2. Let's just do 2 settings because this is less interesting for people who don't know code, and I want to wrap this up for Q&A. So I'm going to add a text field for button text. We need a default value. I'm going to add some default value over here. Jump into the HTML, and I'm going to replace the words over here with the attribute that we've just added. So I'm going to click over here, update to save, back to my demo, save the demo, refresh the demo, and now we should have a setting that will allow us to change the text inside of the button. Here we go. Learn more. Let's call that unlimited button. We're all set. Let's do one more to wrap this up. Going to add an attribute, and each one of these has specific documentation on the website of how to use it. So for example, if you want to use the color picker, just go into the docs on our website, search for color picker, and you will have a video that shows step by step. Each video is like 2 minutes. It shows exactly how to use this. So this time we're going to use the link field. I'm going to call it link, default value, hashtag, going to the HTML, and over here, I'm going to replace the static link with my dynamic link and add the link attributes. The link attributes are target and no follow. So again, if you're going to use this, you need to see the video, just how to use it, and then you can use it. Let's go back to the page and just see that we didn't save this time. Save, refresh, and voila. Click to edit, and we have a link field, which is even dynamic. I mean, think what you can do with this. I mean, unlimited, it's not called unlimited for no reason. So I want to thank you guys for joining. I mean, that was really fun. Let's jump into the Q&A section. And how will the coming feature in Elementor work with the ecosystem? So someone's asking, how will unlimited elements work with the container system inside of Elementor? We started testing this out, and we found no problems at all. And if you find something, just write us. We'll fix it on the fly, as we do with everything. But I don't think that it's affecting too much. Someone asked for the backgrounds in the containers, so we've already added that, and I can assure you that that's working. And that's about it. Can we create your own masks in the background masks? So right now, there's no option to create your own mask. I'm not sure that possibility will we'll have that possibility, but of course, if I could, I would enable that. I just need to check, because the masks, you need to export them in a certain way from Illustrator. So we could make it, you can add a mask if you know coding. So maybe I'll have a tutorial on how to do that and show how in Illustrator to create those masks. Another problem I have with the masks, I'm just sharing with you guys, is that I don't know yet exactly how to make those completely responsive. I'm going to jump into the chat over here. And let's see, I see Max has answered most of the questions over here. And people are asking if there's going to be a recording. So yes, hopefully. And I mean, hopefully I mean, I know it's recording. I don't know what's the quality of it. The last times that I've done it, it worked well. So just give me a couple of days to edit this, put some intro, and take off whatever part that needs to be taken off. And then I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I'll also email anyone who's attended the webinar. If anyone's interested in a coupon code, we could offer a coupon code, but for that, just if anyone wants a coupon code, you can write that in the chat, and we will take care of that as well. We will send him individually. I don't want those codes to be running out everywhere. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you for taking the time and being with us. And I don't know, you guys are from all over the world, so I don't know what to say. I mean, some of you guys are in the middle of work, some of you are after work, some of you are in the morning. So thank you guys for joining. It was really awesome. It's really cool seeing all the feedback. If you need anything, write us. As you can see over here, it's night, so we're preparing to go to sleep. And see you guys next time. Thank you for everything. We really appreciate it.